Good evening, all you beautiful ADHD brains out there and neurodivergent thinkers. This is the ADQDL LaShawn Fairley coming to you live. I hope you can hear me and see me clearly. We're having internet issues today, but I'm going to keep on plugging. As you can see in the title, today's subject is going to be about assistive technology. And again, assistive technology is just technology, either an actual um, product or an app that is very beneficial for students struggling with executive function skills and or ADHD. So my first tip on that is you can request to use assistive technology in your child's classroom. But again, you have to request it. You can't just buy it and have them take it to school because the school will take it away more than likely. So I would say ask permission and find out from your school who has the authority on that. It could be the vice principal, it could be the guidance counselor, it could be each of his teachers. But you have to check with the school and find out how that works in your child's particular school system. Um, it'll probably be a fight because they don't want to have to pay for assistive technology. And if it comes to that, you could also offer that you will provide the assistive technology and uh, just ask if it's okay for them to use it in the class. Assistive technology can be something as simple as speech to text software, where your child can upload that on their cell phone and use that to assist them in taking notes. Especially with an ADHD brain, they're having trouble with staying focused and being distracted and whatnot. A lot of times it's hard for them to absorb all that a teacher is saying and take notes at the same time. An assistive technology app like text to speech can be very, very beneficial in assisting with that. Another example could be something like a writing app or even a reading app where there's a pen it's a pen that has special paper, and as the student writes, they can go back with the pen and go over that writing. It'll read their writing out loud to them so that they're seeing it and hearing it. I forget the name of the pen, but I will find out for you. Um, it can be something as simple as Alexa, the Echo Dot. I loved Alexa. You can use it for so many things. And I'm going to do a separate video just on that alone because it is so beneficial. But again, it's got to be something that your child wants to use or likes to use. And I'll give you an example in that. For me, I loved using the Alexa Echo Dot. And so I would use that as my son was like in middle school and ended up getting one for every room in the house because we had stairs at that time. And I didn't feel like keep running upstairs just to tell him something on the Echo Dot. That really defeated the purpose. So, and then he would respond to me, texting me in his cell phone. He didn't like the Echo Dot. He'd rather use his cell phone. And so, as I discovered, since that's the best way that works for him, he can use his cell phone in the same way that I use the Echo Dot for reminders. I mean, you could literally exactly tell Alexa what you need to be reminded of, and she'll repeat it back verbatim at the time that you want the reminder for. She can set alarms. She can give you all kinds of information and data related to school or not. But Alexa is a very, very useful tool that a lot of people don't even think about. I came across it in my research. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It's a good idea, and so on and so forth. But again, you would definitely need to check with your school to see if it's okay to use that. If they have a 504 or an IEP plan in place, request to have it added as an accommodation to their plans. And again, you're probably going to have to fight to get that done. Because, like with my son, I requested it quite a few times throughout his entire 12 years in school and kept getting denied because they were saying, well, he's doing good. He's making good grades and da 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 da. Yeah, that's on the report card, but he's struggling throughout the semester and the quarter to get those grades. The assistive technology could be so beneficial to him, so he's not struggling so much, to you as the teacher, so he's not so interruptive, and to the class as a whole. And that's what you're going to have to show them, prove to them, give them examples, and how it's going to benefit them as a teacher to allow this in their classroom. And so, as I said, make sure you ask for permission first. If they don't want to provide it, then ask if you can provide it and request that they be able to use it in the classroom. And it helps with all kinds of things. They have all kinds of apps. You can research anything that you need, just put it in. Assistive technology for writing, assistive technology for reading, assistive technology for time management. The Alexa Echo Dot was great for that. Great for that. Assistive technology for stress relief. Anything you want to know, Google it, do the research on it, and find out what tools work best for your child and for you. Because again, if your child has ADHD, mama or daddy has it too. It's highly hereditary. There's no way around that. Deny it all you want. It is what it is. Do some research, find out ways to help minimize the symptoms. And one of the ways to do that is to strengthen your executive function skills. Why? Because the ADHD symptoms that most people see are usually uh, an effect on the executive function skills, a deficiency. There's a lack there of their executive function skills, a delay, a deficiency in those executive function skills. Planning, prioritizing, strategizing, task initiation, which means actually just getting started on a project because it can be just so overwhelming because they're looking at the project as a whole. They have to chunk it, break it down into smaller, bite sized pieces, manageable pieces for them. Let me repeat that, manageable pieces for them, for their brains, not what you think they should be able to manage, what your child can actually manage. You can set reminders on their cell phone that they can start a homework assignment or a research paper at this time, and then set another reminder for them to stop and take a break 20 or 30 minutes in. They can use their cell phone for that. You can use your Alexa Echo Dot for that. You can use those kinds of apps at home just for you, for like cooking and doing daily duties that you have to do at home as a reminder. Don't forget your keys on the way out the door. Set that for 7:45 or whatever time you need to leave out. These are executive function skills, are skills that your child is going to need all through life. They develop in the frontal lobe of the brain here. And that's the last part of the brain that gets developed. That is the part, unfortunately, that is having issues. Neurotransmitters are not functioning properly. They're not doing what they need to do, which is why your child is unable. Did you hear me? I said unable. I didn't say not willing. He is unable or she is unable to perform certain tasks because her brain does not have the capacity to do it. They're not trying to be lazy or get over or make excuses or anything like that. And you can tell the difference. This is something that they are struggling with in every aspect of their life, not just at school. Every aspect, home, school, social settings, all the time, every day. It is a constant struggle. Like I said before, it looks like that they just don't have common sense, but that's not at all what it is. Stop judging, understand the brain that you're dealing with. Understand your child's brain that they're dealing with and help them to understand it because they're going to have to be able to put these strategies in place for themselves. So you want to start them young, middle school, later elementary, like fifth and sixth grade. And as they get to middle school, have them come to these 504 and IEP meetings so they can understand what accommodations they're entitled to, and so that they can self advocate to make sure they're getting these accommodations. If they're not, they can talk to you about it. Or they can ask the school or whoever they need to talk to, hey, aren't I supposed to be able to use my phone between such and such a time and such a time? Or aren't I supposed to be able to use my phone to uh, take notes during lectures? Or don't I get extra time to complete tests or what have you, whatever the accommodation is? Make sure they know and understand what it is so they can speak up and self advocate when it's not happening. Because the school's not going to tell you that they're not following their 504 plan or IEP. They're just not going to do that. And just because they have one, please don't fool yourself into thinking that it's automatically being done. Many, many times, it's just not. It's sad to say it, but it's just not. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight. So, okay, again, I'm still having the technical difficulties. So I'm going to end this stream today. If you want to hear more on this subject, please leave a comment below. If you want me to work with you and or your school-age child, you can email me at adhdcutie@gmail.com. I have workshops, sheets, um, all kinds of tools and strategies that I can offer you. Just please reach out to me. Let me know what it is that you need. If you want just a free session, we can talk, have a conversation to see if I can maybe help you or your child. We can do that too. We can start with that. But either way, I hope that this has been beneficial in some way to somebody. Fight for your child like there is no tomorrow. And you're going to have to do that throughout their entire school year. You are going to have to fight for them, and you're going to have to teach them how to fight for themselves. Respectfully, of course. They can't be indignant and be nasty and, yeah, no. Get more bees with honey. Remember that. And if you'd like to see a video on my tips and tricks on how to prepare for a 504 plan, I'd be more than happy to do that. Please leave a comment below and I'll do a video on that. 12 years experience, trust me, I know what to do and what not to do. Okay, but that's it for me for today. Hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful week. Stay blessed, be kind to your mind, and be kind to each other. Be more understanding and less judging, please. Again, this is the ADHD. I'll see you all next Sunday.